Hi guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I am Henry Ekuna, also known as Dr. Aj. Already done with the introduction of the clavicle. Check. So the next course outline will be the site determination of the clavicle. However, before we can determine the site of clavicle, we need to look into some anatomical terminologies of a clavicle. So permit me, I'll be taking you guys to a few diagrams from our board. And already this is the right clavicle and it's already drawn on the board. And we're having just four diagrams. The first two will be what we'll be considering here. Just manipulate these last two. Okay, so I'll be here will be A diagram, B diagram, and let's leave this part. The first structure that has been drawn there is the superior surface of the right clavicle. So, what do I mean by the superior surface of the right clavicle? Since this is already our right clavicle, we notice from our diagram, this is actually the lateral end, this is the medial end. The superior surface is smooth compared to the inferior surface of the clavicle. Then our B diagram here is actually the inferior surface. And you notice some bone markings that have been drawn. This, this, and this. So I'll be writing these as the superior surface, then these as the inferior surface. So from our right clavicle down here, right clavicle, this is already the superior surface, and turning this the other way, this is our inferior surface. Yes, the anatomical terminologies. So, in order to aid us to understand these anatomical terminologies from the clavicle we have here as the right clavicle, I'll be drawing two cardinal points. Two. The first one will be placed here, while the second one will be placed here. So the superior surface of this right clavicle will be having this diagram, while the inferior surface will be having this. So we have our north here, south, east, west, and here we have north, south, east, west. So previously we said the clavicle has two ends. The lateral, which will be here. So this is the lateral end, and this is the medial end. So from our cardinal points, west will be having the lateral end. That's the side from the inferior surface, while the east will be having the medial end. So the medial end, east, west will be having the lateral end. The same thing is applicable to this other cardinal point here. Here we'll be having M and here L. So let me just write it down here. West is equals to the lateral end. East is equals to the medial end. Now let's see what north and south is referring to. So we have the anterior border of the clavicle and the posterior border of the clavicle. That is from our right clavicle here, since the clavicle is placed like this and not like this, so that it can have a superior surface and an inferior surface. From this edge, from this side to this side, is the posterior border of this clavicle. while from here to the lateral end is the anterior border of the clavicle. So from our diagram, from the superior surface first, north will be having posterior border, let's call it PB. Then south will be having the anterior border. So from here, let me make use of another marker. So from here, from this end to this end, from our cardinal point here, this is the posterior border. Then let's have this clean. Since you already know this is the superior surface, perfect. So from here down to this side is the anterior border. So we've considered the superior surface. Now let's go down to the inferior surface. So from our north here, we'll be having the anterior border, while from the south, we'll be having the posterior border. I know many people now will be wondering, north here is having the posterior border and north here is having anterior border. How? Wow. So let me take our clavicle. So this is already the superior surface, inferior surface. This from the superior surface on our board, we are having the posterior border at this side here, and from here is the anterior border. Okay, now let's twist this and turn it the other surface so that here will be facing upward and here downward. So the inferior surface, since we've um, recognized here as the posterior border and here as the anterior border, turn it the other way. So it actually means here will be the posterior border. So south is having a posterior border, and here we'll be having the anterior border. Hope it's easy to understand. Okay. So let's clean this. So this is our posterior border and anterior border. Two hands. So that's that. So we've considered the size of a clavicle. Now let's determine if this is actually the right clavicle. So a clavicle is divided into three equal parts. Three equal parts. Now, what do I mean? From here, you divide it one, two, and three. So tag here as one, here two, and here three. I have to illustrate from the diagram because it's larger and you can see. So let's divide this the first structure into three equal parts. So let's have this done and this. So permit me to say this. You'll notice that from the posterior border of this clavicle, the um, clavicle, since we've divided it. Go. So we're going to the board now. So we'll divide the clavicle into three equal parts. This is the lateral end, so it will having a shear of one. And this is the middle end or the middle part, two. and then the most medial part, which is the medial end, which is having three. So they are all having equal shares. Here is having share one, this guy is having share two, and this other guy is having share three. Now, if you notice from our posterior border, the clavicle before you is more curved, okay, has more share of the curve, that's has more share of the division, sorry, placed before you. So it's just having two, three. So, and it's more closer to the medial end, that's the middle line of the body. So just like from our diagram here, it's closer to the midline of the whole bone of the upper lip, yeah, and the superior exoskeleton. So from here, this is why it is called the medial two-third, that having a share of the middle side and the medial side. So roughly we'll just call it the medial two-third. And then we are left with just one share. So this guy here will be having just one share. So since the curvedness or the curved division of the clavicle here is from this side is less compared to this side. So you're just having one of the whole share. That's one third, just like a ratio, one third, two third. So this is the medial two third and the lateral one third. From the structure placed before you, this is actually so we've come to the end of today's talk on the clavicle. Hope this video was helpful enough. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also comment on the comment section. Thank you. Dr.RJ.YouTube@anatomedics.com